What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Talia, and you're listening to The Live Lounge, a podcast that takes a weekly peek into the minds of 20-somethings who are living and learning how to make life work and helping each other along the way. God bless these 20-somethings. Hi, guys. I want to thank you all for joining me this week on The Live Lounge podcast. Last week, we talked about not burning bridges, but building boats. A conversation based around maturity and understanding when to walk away, how to walk away, and how to move forward with your friend group in business relationships, in personal relationships, and romantic relationships, in any type of relationship, basically. I hope you all heard something that spoke to your situation. If you did, drop it in the Q's from the crew section on the website so that we can talk about it. If you have someone that you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you would like to be a guest on the show, you can also drop that in the Q's from the crew section as well. And that website is once again theliveloungepod.com. So let's get into the show, shall we? We shall. As you know, I love to start off both the episode and the week with a nice quote that is kind of based around the topic that we'll be discussing today. And this quote comes from Helema Aiden, and it reads, "For a really long time, I thought being different was a negative thing. But as I grew older, I started to realize that we were all born to stand out. Nobody was born to blend in." So I chose this quote because our topic this week is where Christ meets culture. And I chose this topic because we're all going through things and we're all on our own journeys with life, with religion, with career. And sometimes we have a little bit of uncertainty with navigating certain fields and getting into certain activities because we're not sure if there is a balance between the two. Hey guys, just wanted to give you all a little disclaimer about this week's episode. This week's episode is faith-based, specifically around Christianity, because as I stated before, I am a Christian. The Live Lounge is not at all a podcast about religion or religious beliefs. I do know that everyone's journey is different, which is why I am sharing mine with you guys. I will be sure to put into the description below the timestamps of when Couch Conversation starts and when it stops. There are other sections at the Couch Conversation, so if you want to listen further, you can, and you'll know when that starts and when that stops. If you want to skip the episode altogether, I completely understand. You can do that as well and tune in next week for next week's episode. If you have anything you would like to add or share, feel free to do so on the website. I have also included that link in the description as well. So without further ado, let's get into Couch Conversations.
Just say you will come through and chill.
So due to technical difficulties, we did not have an upload of an episode last week, and we're late to upload this week, but that's okay. We're working through it and everything should be up by today. And the good news is we'll have a double upload for next week's episode, so you'll get 2 next week instead of 1. And we also have congratulations because the Live Lounge has officially reached 100 downloads. So thank you everyone for supporting. Thank you everyone for continuing to tune in, and we are only gonna grow from here. So guys, as I mentioned before, the Couch Conversation topic today is where Christ meets culture, and I'll be specifically focusing on navigating being serious about my Christian walk while also being a young 20-something in this society. So the first step for me, honestly, was to figure out what is going on in the culture today. And today it is sex sells at a high volume. Everybody wants to be sleeping with everyone. There's not as big of emphasis on safe sex or abstaining from sex or anything like that. It's more so get it how you live because that's what's popular. Also big in culture is manipulation and coercion, especially in business. Everybody want to manipulate someone else to get to where they want to get. Y'all heard a couple of weeks ago my who raised y'all was to the scammers. They want to manipulate you into giving their information and want to coerce you into giving them your money because they don't want to get it themselves. Or in business, they want to manipulate how you get access to their information. I think about how many times we've seen in our own personal lives as well as on social media where we're talking about one product that we want to buy, and then before you know it, you see an ad on your phone that is the specific item that you're talking about. That's manipulation and coercion. Also in the culture today that's really popular is the coin toss between finding religion and forgetting religion. People want to talk about it, but then again they don't. People want to be really sensitive about one religion over the other. People don't want to be in the discussion of religion at all because the lines get blurred and you can lose friends, you can lose business, all of those things. Also, really pressing on us, especially 20 somethings, is fighting to stay alive and fighting to be successful. I feel like we're constantly in a battle of fighting just to have basic things like breath and getting home safely and getting in your Uber safely and getting to your destination safely. We just want to be great, y'all. We just want to be great. The second thing on my list to do really when thinking about this topic was understanding what people think of Christianity versus what I think of Christianity. And I feel like people think Christianity, especially the church, is a strict list of do's and don'ts. And the church is only after your money, and God is someone or something that doesn't care about his people. And the biggest one to me was people feel like the church is full of hypocrites, specifically towards Christianity as well as society, honestly, but specifically targeted to Christianity. What I would encourage us all to do is to understand that everybody's experiences are different. As a body of people under all religions, not just Christianity, but as a body of people who want to interact with other people in any way, we have to work on understanding where people are, how they got there, and how can we help each other move forward. This was really a fuel of why I'm doing this episode, because I know that Talia, have questions, and I feel like if I have questions, and there's other people around me who also have questions about religion, about navigating that space, about how to define who you are absent of what everyone else is thinking or what everyone else is doing. So if you feel the same way, let's talk about it. Let's dialogue together. Being a Christian in this culture is not as hard as people make it seem, or it's not as hard as it seems. It's just there are certain things that you have to know. And for your benefit, I have come up with 9 keys for navigating this thing. And the first one is to learn to have your own personal relationship with God so that you can hear and you can discern when he is speaking to you. That's really important because you can't bring the church home with you. You can't bring the pastor or the bishop or the speaker home with you to explain everything to you. You have to have your own relationship with God so that you know how he speaks to you and how he guides you in life. Like, for some people, they need the flashing lights and the theatrics in order for God to show them the way. For other people, they understand God by looking at nature or hearing the wind blow. That's their sign that God is moving in their life. For me, God talks to me like I talk to y'all. Like, it's just that kind of relationship. But you have to learn to have your own relationship with God. Second tip would be find a good church home where you can be fed spiritually. And there's 2 things that kind of go into that. The first is God speaks to leaders, especially those who are clergy and under the 5-fold ministry gifts, differently than how he speaks to us as lay members or as just churchgoers or people like that. So you have to be in a good church home where you can be fed spiritually to hear what he has to say differently. We can all form an interpretation of the Bible or what the Bible says, but that does not mean that it's God's interpretation of what he wants us to get in the Bible. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Part B of that is when you are a part of a good church home, you are put to work. So that means you are put to work in different ministries and different activities, and it gives you a focus. It gives you something to do. It gives you a sense of purpose for why you are here. For me, I sing on the choir, I sing on the praise team, I work with the kids, different things like that. It gives me a purpose of why I'm here, so I'm not just feeling like a butt in a seat every Sunday, or I'm not just feeling like someone is talking at me instead of talking to me. I feel like there's more for me to do. There's work for me to accomplish. I have a reason for being there, and it helps you when you're outside of the church trying to figure out your Christian walk, because you are kind of led in that way. So for me, because I spent so much time with the kids at church, I was able to get a job during the summer working with kids at a YMCA. Because I love to sing and I love to be a part of music at church, I was able to be a part of Panther Entertainment Group on my university campus, which focuses on music. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So like, with finding activities and things to do in the church and in the realm of being under God and being guided by God, it helps you outside of that in your everyday life to find niches and find things that complement what is being spiritually fed into you guys. Third tip would be understand who you are. I feel like a lot of things that we experiment with and a lot of things that we do are all in an effort to understand who we are as a person. A lot of activities that we get into are in an effort to understand who we are. And as you get older, I know that for me when I was younger, it was so hard for me to understand why I could not be involved in everything or why I could not do everything, because I didn't have a clear understanding of who I was. But as I get older, and even now, knowing who I want to be or knowing the type of person that I want to be moving forward helps me to say no to a lot of things, because it gives me a kind of like a mental checklist. Does this correlate to who I want to be? No. So let me say no to it. Is this moving me in the path that I want to go in? Yes. Let me say yes to that. I hope that makes sense. Which leads to tip number 4. Comprehend that you cannot do everything because everything isn't meant for you. That's just the A and the B of it. That's the reality of it. You are not supposed to be a part of everything and be involved in everything. I know a lot of stuff looks like so much fun, but from personal experience, you get into that thing and you are sitting there like, why did I even come here? Like, this is not what they said it was going to be. This is horrible. I am not having fun. This is crazy. I remember being younger and all of my friends and family and stuff like that were my age were talking about going to the teen clubs at the skating rink or whatever. And I would be like, oh my gosh, I want to go. And I would always have choir rehearsal on Friday nights. And I'd be like, I can't go to the teen club because I'm going to go. I'd be like, I can't go to the teen club because I got choir rehearsal. And they would leave me so that I can go to choir rehearsal. And then it maybe like I missed the choir rehearsal, or like choir rehearsal was canceled for one Friday. And I got to go to the teen club, and I went in there and I was like, why is it so dark? Oh my gosh. Like, it was so uncomfortable for me. I was able to make it fun, of course. When I go out to places, I try to make the best of my situation. But I would go to church on that Sunday and be feeling so bad, like, oh my gosh, I went to this teen club and I had fun. What am I gonna do? Because it wasn't where I needed to be and where I needed to be around. Not realizing that, because I was like 12. Well, I mean, like, you don't know these things at 12. But now that I'm older, I don't know. It just, you learn more about where you can be and where you can't be. Like, I know for a fact deep in my bones that going to clubs are not my thing anymore. Like, there was a time when, yes, I would go to the clubs with my friends. Yes, that's what I did my freshman year of college, and it was great. It was fun. We had a good time. But now I have no desire to go to anybody's club. I have no desire to be in that kind of space, just because it's just not where I am anymore. It's just not fun for me. Now, I will go to a lounge where it's a little more relaxed, where I can, have a conversation without shouting. Or if I want to dance, I can dance. I don't have to worry about anybody pushing up on me the whole time, or I don't have to worry about fighting for space to move around. But that's just me understanding who I am, where I'm going, and knowing that everything is not for me. Tip number 5 is you will have to separate yourself from people and things that don't line up to where you are going. I know it's hard. It really is. It's hard to say no to things. It's hard to separate yourself from people. It's hard to kind of create your own path. And it's hard because it's not popular. It's not popular to not want to go clubbing. It's not popular to not want to go to the parties. It's not popular to not want to smoke. It's not popular to not want to drink. It's not popular to not want to be a part of the in crowd. Those kind of things ostracize you from people, and that's just, it's because it's not popular. If it was popular, those things would not exist. There will be people around you who will try to convince you to change your mind. That's because they want you to come with them. They want you to be a part of what they're a part of. But there comes a point in time where you just have to separate yourself, and you have to honestly consider if you are going to be serious about your journey. That's really what it is. You have to decide if you are going to be serious. If you're not going to be serious, then go at it. Do whatever you feel you can do. But if you're not going to be serious about it, then of course you're going to be convinced to do all of those things. They're going to be fun for the moment. And once that moment has passed, you're going to be looking like, what did I get myself into? Why did I even do this to myself? Why did I even go talk to this person? Why is this person even in my life? They really get on my nerves. Why am I even being involved with them? They really are a waste of time. He or she is getting, I don't even need to be. You go into this circle of self-mutilation. Like, you really go hard on yourself when you don't have to. You honestly don't have to. The good thing about being a Christian and about your Christian walk, especially being in relationship with God, is all you have to do is come to Him. When you have realized you have messed up, all you have to do is come to Him and be like, look, listen, I messed up here and I need your help. And He will help you. That's the beauty of it. You can never go too far. You can never do anything too bad. You can never mess up too horribly to where God will not bring you back in and help you get on the right track. Here's the key though. You won't have to get on the wrong track if you follow tips 1 through 4. And now we're on 5, and let's get to 6. 6 is learn what responsible fun means. You can be a Christian and you can have fun. Okay? I do it all the time. I still go to concerts. I still hang out with my friends. I still go to parties. I like daytime parties. So if you have daytime parties, hey, I'm here for them. You can still go bowling. You can still go skating. You can still have fun. Like, the key here is being responsible. So overindulging is not being responsible. Linking up with people you know you don't need to be linking up with is not responsible. Participating in activities that you know could have a detriment on your health, on your spiritual walk, on your career focus, on anything that could change your life is not responsible. So you have to be very mindful of those things when you are doing them, okay? It's not rocket science, but it does take discipline, it does take determination, and it does take a strong mind to do these things. Tip number 7, which is my favorite tip: pray. And praying does not always mean get down on your knees. with your Bible next to you and your holy oil. Like, that's not that's not always prayer. Yes, there is a time to be in that place of really reverencing God, but prayer could be praying over your food. Prayer is walking down the street, just having a conversation with God. Prayer is a conversation with God. The Bible teaches us that we do not pray as we ought. What that means is we don't even know the right way to pray. So you come to God in the best way that you know how. Come to God completely free. If you just need to spend time crying, just like, Lord, boo hoo hoo, do it. What matters is, like tip number 1 says, building that relationship with God. That is what matters. So prayer helps you stay on the right path too. So you feel like you're going somewhere, Lord, I know I should not be here. Ooh, I know I should not be here. God, help me. And before you know it, you'll have a way out of there. That's just prayer. Come on, pray. Pray as much as you can. Pray as often as you can. Pray in any way that you can, and it'll help you in your journey. Tip number 8 is find people that can hold you accountable. Find people that will tell you no. You need no men. You don't need yes men. You also need those people who you can hold accountable. Build accountability partners is what I'm trying to get at. I have about 4 accountability partners. And at any given moment, they remind me, Talia, didn't you say you were going to do X, Y, and Z? What happened to that? Okay, what made you change your mind? Are you going to change it back? All right, well, we'll remember that next time. And I can do the same thing for them. Those accountability partners are also your people to have responsible fun with, because they know your values. They know your core heart. They know who you are going to be. They can see what you see because you're able to articulate that to them. Those accountability partners are your friends. They are family. They are your people to help you stay on a straight and narrow path. And lastly, tip number 9. Do not beat yourself up for not getting it right all the time. Okay? You are going to do more harm to yourself if you do that. Yes, because you are human, you are going to mess up. That's a given. It's just, it is what it is. You're gonna mess up. You will not get it right all the time. You will not always have the right answers. You will need to pray. And that is okay. After I graduated high school and started college, I was going through my depression, as I spoke about on the Faith Over Fear episode. Oh my gosh, y'all. I used to beat myself up so much about the littlest thing. Like if I didn't make Bible study, I knew I was going, that was the quickest way to hell. Miss Bible study for me. Like I would beat myself up for little bitty stuff like that. And that's not how God wants us to live our lives, beating ourselves up for every single thing. What you have to do is sincerely ask for forgiveness, turn from doing that thing ever again, and keep moving forward. God know we gonna mess up. He knew who we were when he called us. So if you do go back to that thing, get up, dust yourself off, ask for forgiveness, and take steps to never do it again. If it happens another time, you can always get up, dust yourself off, and try again. But you have to be serious about not doing it again. If you are serious about never touching a hot stove, guess what's gonna happen? You are never gonna touch a hot stove. But if you just casually decide, I'm gonna try it because yesterday it was hot, but today I thought it was cool because I ain't cut it on, and you touch it and get burnt. You have to be serious, make conscious decisions. That's what's important about this Christian walk, about this Christian journey, is seriously making conscious steps to do the right thing. And I'm gonna wrap it all up with the goal with your Christian walk is not to be perfect. The goal is a relationship with God and a life that he could be proud of. That's really it. That's really it. And what is key here is we have a relationship with God to where we can talk to him and be like, okay, Lord, why does this keep happening to me? Like, am I missing something? What lesson am I not learning here? Help me to learn the lesson. And that way you're able to propel forward. For those of you who haven't gotten quite to the place where you're comfortable with prayer or with talking to God so openly, I would encourage you to get you a journal where you can write these things down and start your relationship with God. Start your prayers by writing them down. You don't really have to utter them out loud. You can write them down until you get comfortable and get in that place where you can do so. I want to encourage you all to find a good church home where you're able to grow and where you're able to learn. And the good thing about a church home is you have other people around you who are on the same journey that you are on, who can pray with you. If you're not comfortable with praise yet, they'll praise with you. If you're not comfortable with a lot of different things, that church home is that place where you can get comfortable, where you can find people who look like you, who sound like you, who work like you, who are on the same path like you. That's what's important, and it'll help you with your relationship with God, because it'll build up your confidence that He hears you, confidence that you can do this. And we're 20 something, so we have a lot of time left here on this earth, God willing, to really work on this thing. It's not something that you have to get perfect tomorrow. It's not something that you got to have perfect by next week. It's just a constant process of learning and growing and shaping and molding. All right, guys. All right. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want to add, anything that you want to express, you can do so, like I said before, in the cues from the crew section, which is on the website. And if you want me to read it, we can read it. If you want me to say it on the air, we can do that as well. If you just want me to respond to you and share more about my journey, I can do that as well. And the website, once again, is theliveloungepod.com. All right, y'all. So you already know what time it is, because we just gotta talk. We gotta figure this thing out. And I just want to know, who raised y'all? Like, somebody let me know, please, because I got questions.
Who raised y'all?
And I have 2 who raised y'all topics this week. First topic is people who are shaming Brother Nature for something he said at 12. We're not gonna do this. We are not about to do this. This is a grown man who has been using social media for a while now. So just like you, in the beginning, we all said some things that if we look back, we're like, why did I even... That made absolutely no sense. So do not put this man into a box because of something he said when he was 12. I'm sure we all said some dirty, foul things to each other, whether it be on social media or in each other's faces, that if somebody was to pull it up in a tweet now, we'd be like, ooh, let me hide my face. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all the same people that still bump R. Kelly, that still support 99% of these toxic artists out here. So get yourself together. This is that sensitive Twitter I was talking about a couple of episodes ago. I don't have time for y'all. Y'all are really trying to end this man's career for something he said when he's 12. This man is well into his 20s, probably almost 30. Oh, jeez Louise. I cannot with y'all and this extra sensitivity to stuff. Y'all see somebody doing good and your first instinct is to bring them down off their high horse. They can't be perfect. We're not aiming for perfection. We're just trying to be successful out here. Who raised y'all? Number 2. To the women who hook up with these celebs and then want to out them on social media. Y'all do know that it only makes y'all look stupid, right? Like, we're still going to support those celebrities 9 times out of 10. They're still going to prosper. Like, you bringing up the DM that they sent you is not going to affect their career. You know what it's going to affect? You. We're going to remember you. We're going to remember what you said. We're going to remember what you did. It don't make you look like a superhero. It makes you look desperate. It makes you look irresponsible. It makes you look ridiculous. It makes you look stupid. All of those things. And you know what it makes the other person look like? Caught. That's it. They just look caught. That's about it. To the girl that's trying to out Colin Kaepernick. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. We're not here for it. You're only going to be known as the girl that slept with X, Y, and Z. That's it. That's really it. And you know what they're going to be known for? Anything but that. Anything but that. And you look even worse if you have wrecked someone's happy home. Like if you have destroyed someone's relationship with their child's mother, if you have destroyed someone's marriage, you look worse. So I would encourage you to don't quit your day job. And if that is your day job, Uber is hiring, Lyft is hiring, Grubhub is hiring, Postmates is hiring, anybody else is hiring. The strip clubs is hiring. Let's see. Grocery stores. They are hiring, and you can stock those shelves, young lady. Because right now you're wasting my energy and my time, and I'm tired of seeing you. And I want you to do better for yourself. Yep, that's what I want. So guys, that was my Who Raised Y'all. I want to hear y'all's Who Raised Y'all. If you have something to say on this topic, you know where to put it. I ain't even gotta tell y'all. Just know it's in the description if you need it. Alright? And that concludes this week's episode. So you guys know that we are all 20-somethings who are living and learning and trying to figure out how to make this thing called life work. And I just want to leave y'all with good luck on those 20-somethings.